Hi, I'm Braden Shumpert, and welcome to Real Episode 2. I can't believe the first one went so well, to be honest with you. I thought I was going to get like 20 views, and it ended up with 160 views, and we got a good chunk of subscribers now, so that was good. Thank you everyone for reaching out and commenting and saying how much you liked the last video. You know, they normally say that the sequel is not as good as the original, so let's see if we can break that stereotype today. This episode, I'm kind of putting a more permanent format to it. I'm pretty much just going to do my weekend review, starting from last Wednesday, so the last episode that came out, kind of the week previous. You get it. You guys are smart. Then we're going to answer any questions that we had on the past video, which I actually had one from a good buddy of mine. It's been a little bit since I've talked to him. This week, I figured out that I had a spending problem. I won't go into too much detail, but I have a financial advisor, is what I'll call him. He went through my bank account, and he wasn't very happy about what he saw me spending and how much I was spending. So we're getting that handled right now. Obviously, I have a terrible spending problem. I made one episode of YouTube channel and bought a microphone, a freaking, what is that called? A ring light. I bought a ring light. I didn't realize how bad it was. So let's get my weekend review. So Thursday, it was pretty slow. I didn't have a lot of calls come in, but I did have 3 showings that day, which was interesting considering how little calls I got in that day. And then later that night, I went to go see Oppenheimer with a couple friends and Annalise. Barbenheimer is over. Everything's come out, and I think they have got their respective reviews. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I was off the phones. I'm off on the weekends for a little bit. That's just kind of how we do the teams. So for a little bit here, I'm not on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but those are good for me to regroup and get ready for the next week. So Friday, not much really happened. I didn't actually know I was off the phones, so I was waiting for a bunch of calls when no one was gonna pick up, but that's okay. Saturday, I had a showing. I actually took my roommate with me, Landon. Maybe I wasn't supposed to name drop him, but he doesn't care. He is interested in doing real estate. He's taking his classes right now. You know, he really liked what we did, and he liked the showing. So I think he's really gonna have a good time once he gets his license, and I'm sure he'll be in a couple videos once he's completely moved in. On Sunday, my parents had dinner with us, and I got to see my brothers. So we had a good time. It was very nice to see my family on Sunday. Also on Sunday, I got a text from my boss, the head honcho, that she would like a one-on-one meeting with me. And I almost crapped my pants. That was probably the scariest text I've received in a while. It's kind of like getting called to your principal's office. Monday, I had that meeting, and it was good. It was very encouraging. She kind of gave me some new strategies on how I might be able to lock in clients better. She showed me my numbers, and I'm doing fairly well. She said I was doing good, and that was really kind of her to point out the things I was doing good, and then also help me out with the things that I could improve on. I'm really, really glad I had that meeting. It wasn't as scary as I thought it was going to be. Right after that meeting, I got a text and a call from a good buddy of mine who is interested in an investment property. He actually might end up being my first sale. I'm very excited to be working with him, and we're going to try to find a property. So hopefully we'll get something hammered out there. Also on Monday, Annalise tried to teach me how to play tennis. And I'm really good at Wii tennis, so needless to say that I absolutely crushed it. We had a good time. It was really, really fun. On Tuesday, the head honcho and I decided that it would be good if I was on pause for the rest of the week so I can get in contact with all of my clients and my contacts so that I can catch up and figure out who I need to kind of prioritize in my phone book, in my contact list. I got in contact with all of them, calls, texts. I'm keeping in touch with everybody. Unless they specifically have said they don't want to work with me, everyone I'm keeping in contact with, and I'm going to try to work through the home buying process. I've narrowed it down to a couple people that are pretty serious about buying a house. They might take a little bit. It might be a couple months before they're ready to do anything. That's okay. We want them to be ready and able to buy, so I'm really excited about that. Those were my days leading up to now, since last Wednesday. I do want to hit on this question from my good buddy. In the comments of the last video, it was asking, what are some things that you should look out for in real estate, both good and bad? And I think that's a really good question. The best part about this job, which sounds so cheesy, and to some people it honestly might be the worst part, but for me the best part is being able to improve your people talking experience. I don't know if that's the right terminology, but being able to converse better with people. Talking to random people has never really been a problem for me, but it is good that I've learned throughout this whole process to be better at that and to, be able to make better conversation with others. I think the bad, because every job has something that's not great about it. The bad for me is the stress level. I tend to get really anxious and nervous about doing the right thing and keeping on track, especially not having any steady income come in. Financial stress. You know, I got good people that'll take good care of me if I ever end up in a hole. For me to be sustainable on my own is really important to me, so I don't really like to ask for help. It's good to know that I have people in my corner. But yes, the stress of the job is probably the worst part for me. You get to pick your own hours, but not really. My dad always told me, if you treat it like a 9 to 5, you'll do fine. But if you kind of only work when you need money, you know, you're not gonna succeed. And that's kind of going back to what I said last video. If you're not busy, you're doing something wrong. That's been preached to me my whole life. That's very crucial and important to me. So yes, the good is the improvement of your people speaking, people talking abilities, whatever you want to call it. And the bad for me is the stress. That was good. That was a good question. I appreciate it. So now I'm going to get to where I talk about my overall week review. I think this week I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 houses. It was a good week. You know, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't the best week ever, but it was, you know, right in the middle, right average. So it was good. I was able to do a lot of things with my friends and, you know, get to see some movies I was interested in, start a new hobby potentially with tennis. Also getting able to narrow down people that are probably going to be buying a house very shortly. So it's been a good week. Obviously getting to see my family plays into that 7 out of 10. So it was good to see them. It's been a little bit. That's all I got, I think, for episode 2. I'm trying to keep it short. I'm hoping, I haven't seen the time. I haven't looked at it. I haven't gone through editing. I'm hoping it's only 5 minutes long. I'm trying to keep it short because I want everybody to watch it all the way through. Don't be skipping around. Don't be skipping around. I see you. Watch the whole thing. It's short. You got 5 minutes. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to everyone who subscribed, commented, liked. I appreciate all of that. That's great. But if you're in my area, I'd love to help you buy or sell a house. I want to get you into your next home. I'm leaving my email in the description, and it's in my bio for YouTube as well. If you're interested in that at all, please email me. And if you're not a robot, I'll email you back so we can get the ball rolling and get something figured out for you. So yeah, I think that's it for real episode 2. I hope I did the first episode of justice. I hope we crushed it on this one, and I can't wait to see you guys and update you next Wednesday. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment encouragement down in the comments for anyone who's interested in real estate, for me, for anybody who's been in the business for a little bit and needs some type of encouragement. Just leave something in the comments, something for everybody. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next Wednesday.